Hello and welcome everyone to another Albion Online video. We have finally seen about the all new corrupted dungeons that are coming with Rise of Avalon update. These corrupted dungeons are going to answer the call that many of you made asking for more solo PvE and PvP content to be added to Albion Online. But what are they exactly and how do they work? To explain that, I'll best get started at the beginning. To find a corrupted dungeon, you'll need to explore the open world and find a corrupted dungeon entrance. These spawn in a similar way to regular solo randomized dungeon, but they look quite sinister, demonic, even from the outside. When entering a corrupted dungeon, you'll have to make a choice about the difficulty level you want to play on. There are 3 levels of difficulty: Hunter difficulty, Stalker difficulty, and Slayer difficulty. The Hunter difficulty allows you to play the corrupted dungeon with tuned down rewards, but without full loot PvP, and relatively low item power soft cap. This is a good difficulty for anyone learning the basics of 1 vs 1 in Albion Online. The Stalker difficulty follows full loot PvP rules with significantly higher rewards, but still a low item power soft cap. This is a good level for veteran PvP players. Slayer difficulty, finally, has even further increased rewards, a bigger PvE challenge and much higher item power soft cap. This is aimed at the elite level advanced players. When you have chosen the difficulty level that you want and you've entered the dungeon, you'll find yourself in a place infested with demons and corrupted creatures. To complete this dungeon, you'll have to begin cleansing the place of these creatures, and each creature slain will award you infamy points. Different enemies will yield different amount of infamy points depending on their strength and difficulty. When you collected enough infamy points, the final boss of the dungeon appears, and by defeating it, you can lay claim to rewards and his chest and the rewards of the dungeon. In addition to the infamy gained, it will remain with you, showing your place in the infamy ranking as well as permanently boosting your rewards earned in corrupted dungeons. Finally, at the end of the dungeon run, a portal to another corrupted dungeon appears and allows you to start another dungeon right away. Or you can choose to leave the dungeon and take your loot back to the city. So, how does the PvP come in? Well, in every corrupted dungeons there is a demonic shrine. A player approaching the shrine can use it to sign himself up to invade other players. Once signed up, the game will regularly check the invasion chance and look for potentially invasion target. If such a target is found, the invading player will be pulled from the dungeon into another player's dungeon. The defending player now has 2 options. They can rally and fight the invader, or they can try to destroy the demonic shards, which also appeared in the dungeon along with the invader. If they succeed in destroying enough of these shards, the invader is banished and the defender can continue playing the regular dungeon on their own. If either player kills the other, the victim loses some of the infamy points and the killer gains some of it. In this way, it allows players to gain a very high infamy number and rise in ranks for their own prominence, and for the significantly boost the future dungeons rewards. To add tactics and depth to these encounters, there are numbers of features in the dungeon that players can use to try outsmart their opponents. For example, in the corrupted dungeons, enemy NPCs positions are marked on the minimap, allowing you to guess your opponent's position based on the creatures you already have slain. There are also Watcher demons, which patrols the path of the dungeon and who will mark any players they encounter on the minimap for their opponent to see. Finally, there are a large number of different traps and hazards in the dungeon, which you will need to learn to avoid or actively use to outsmart and defeat your opponents. As you can see, there is a lot to this future, and I hope you're now looking forward to exploring and fighting the corrupted dungeons when Rise of Avalon update launches. So thanks everyone for watching. This was the video we had today about Albion Online and the corrupted dungeons. It's a totally new system that is coming. It reminds a little bit, I think they got their inspiration from Dark Souls, where you can invade other players. So it's pretty much that, where you can invade another player and ruin his game. So all this looks really fantastic, and I just basically reinstalled Albion Online to play this mode. I know it's first coming in August in the new Avalon, the Avalon update, so still a bit time, but I'm not at max level with all my items, so I'm probably now trying to get max level with all my items, and then I will be 100% ready for playing corrupted dungeons. It's really cool. So thanks for watching everyone. Let me know in the comments what you think about this update. I mean, I'm super hyped about it. I can't wait for trying it out. So let me know in the comments and see you in another episode. Bye.